congratulations on this Betty Broderick story. I think I knew about it back in the day, the 80s when it first happened. It became like this huge tabloid story.
You look like you're 20. I can't believe you're alive.
I
was thinking the same thing. I was, like, how?
Oh yeah, okay. No. I mean, what drew you guys to this series?
Amanda?
Should I mean, in 2 words, Alexandra Cunningham. I think that she's a master true crime writer, and I could tell even from the first few pages of the pilot that she was going to try to tell a very, very intimate story about the lead up to this murder, and that she was going to tell the story in a multifaceted way and not try to vilify Dan Broderick, or she was going to try to kind of upend some of the cliches about this story. And so, but really her writing is just incredible. She's just so, the dialogue, we barely changed a word. And I think it's very suspenseful and it's very measured, and she's just brilliant. And then when you add Christian Slater, you're just like, it's a no-brainer.
Did you guys know each other before you worked together, or how long have you known each other?
We met a couple of times and had a couple of near misses, and then
Right. We were supposed to do something together like years ago, and then that didn't happen for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean, I'm just grateful that we finally did get the opportunity to work together. It was a wonderful experience. And like Amanda was saying, Alexandra Cunningham was just so passionate about it. And she really, what made me feel safe, I think, is just that the writing was so authentic. And, the great thing about television and getting to tell the story over 8 episodes is you really get to see so many details and get to see how mentally and emotionally these 2 people got to the place that they ended up in.
Yeah. And I think, it was controversial for a reason. What was your interpretation of this couple before you maybe did some more research and got into the characters, and then now after you got to know them fairly well?
Well, I think some of the things that fascinated me are contradictory. It fascinated me that Betty was cruel and sadistic to her children and to Dan, I think, in advance of the murders. And, I think she was mentally ill. And then it was also fascinating to me to learn the intricacies of Dan's powerful position in the San Diego Bar Association, and the fact that, to a large extent, the trials were really rigged in his favor. There was a massive power differential. And then also divorce law wasn't what it is now. People didn't recognize women who forewent their careers and contributed to the work of keeping a household while a man brings home the bacon. That wasn't really a recognized thing in court as much as it is today. And I think Alexandra really felt like that was worth retelling.
Yeah.
And putting that in the foreground of the story.
Yeah. And Christian, like, what's your take on Dan? It seems like he was like the super successful guy, but then had a different side to him.
Yeah. I think that to a large degree, it is a commentary on the time that this story takes place. And also, look, Dan was certainly arrogant, egotistical, and I think he felt completely justified in that. And I think he did get, to a certain degree, a sadistic pleasure in how he treated Betty. And he just thought that he lived in a world that was so impenetrable and so powerful that, she would never cross any particular line. The amount of denial that was going on here is astounding. And I just wish that getting help had been more of more of a something to take advantage of at that particular time. Instead, it was much more frowned upon than it is today.
I love it. Well, I'm getting the wrap sign, but thank you for your time, guys. I love this. I love the show. I think you guys did a great job. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.